Everyone, welcome to Kmart Cards. And today for what I want to show is my submission to PSA. I haven't done this in a while because I actually canceled my membership, which was a bad move because I didn't know. I was grandfathered into one of the older memberships, and kind of a standard, like whatever card you have, it's going to be X number of dollars for the card. It didn't matter, what it was from, like what type of card it was, whether sports or Pokemon, whatnot. But then now, now that I saw that after I canceled that, you know what, I might have a little bit leftover cards that I want to submit, and who cares? I'll just go ahead and submit them. And it turns out that their membership split, where you have to have a membership for either Pokemon or either sports, which kind of tripped me up. So I didn't know that they were going to do that. So yeah, so now I don't have a membership. I'm not just paying like flat $25 per card or whatnot, whatever they do for non-members. So anyways, I've already seen the grades that I got for them. So just letting you know ahead of time, just knowing that, what do you call it? I'm not going to be super shocked or whatnot when I reveal these, but I just want to show and kind of do this video just to help people understand what's going on with PSA lately in terms of their standards. In general, they don't, PSA, I always consider PSA, even though it's the most valuable in terms of how people make money off of them, off of getting 10s, I always saw them as pretty easy. Getting 10s is not that hard. And then recently I've saw those videos where it was getting hard. They got really strict. Historically, they haven't been that strict. They've been okay strict, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near BGS level. But then last time I saw the videos like in 2024 where they were just horrendous. So I saw people getting 6s and 7s, which is like ridiculous for modern cards. But anyways, now I'm seeing more favorable grades back to the normal kind of grading standard that they've been doing. And I think they've been, I don't know what's been going on, but I hope that they're retraining their employees how to grade and decipher what is a 10. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to have a appealing to the eye look, according to their website. A perfect card technically is a BGS 10 black label. So anyways, so with that spiel, I did get quite a number of 10s that I expected, which is great because what I submitted had a lot of flaws according to what I do and how I review. So I'll try to point out what the flaws were, and I'll let you know, and obviously you can see the grades. So here's my first one. So Lab McConkey. It's just a card that I pull. I don't know why I graded this, but it's a red wave. It's pretty cool. Got a 10, it gemmed. This one I didn't see too much problems. Although maybe you can still see it here, or is that the case? But there was some kind of random print lines on the top. Kind of looks like maybe like the the coating, the chrome coating, kind of like it looks like kind of just some lines from that. They were vertical lines. So Jackson Merrill, I'm kind of bummed about this, but I only got a 9. I pulled this. I was kind of surprised that he was that big of a deal. It's numbered to 99, as you can see. It would have been great if I had a 10. But I can understand why I got a 9 on this. I do remember that the centering looks really good. I do remember the corner looks good. I do remember there was something going on in the front. I remember seeing some print lines going up and down. Yeah, it just, the more I looked at these latest cards that I like from 2024, 5, or whatever, it's just starting to see like Panini and even Topps Chrome doing a horrible job in printing. Anyways, Brock Bowers. Retro 10. Yeah, this one had no problems. Actually, I didn't expect nothing but a 10 on that one. This was the Pulse Skeens. I don't know which one it was. Oh, this was the X Factor. This one, I don't recall if there was something on here, but I was kind of skittish about this one. So I'm kind of glad that happened. Actually, let me make 2 stacks. The 10, the Merrills, and the Conky. Okay, there's the 9 and 10s. Okay, so here's some Pokemon. Okay, this is Snorlax. This one, yeah, this one I didn't expect anything but a 10. The edges look great. This one I was really shocked. I got a 10 on this. I bought this off a card shop at a local store, and I remember that I was like, man, why are they selling this raw? I remember looking closely at it, and I was like, ew, there it goes. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's right there. There's like a little vertical line right there. I guess they did not catch that, so that's that. But anyhow, it's still 10. I mean, overall, like I said, it's about the appeal. It doesn't really detract from it. So, I mean, it's perfectly centered. And it just looks great. So, I guess that's the rationale. Maybe there's allowance for little blemishes, according to PSA website. This is a 10. The only thing I thought it would not get a 10 was kind of off-centered. But it's kind of hard to say because it's like these black lines on the borders just doesn't give it too much leeway. But maybe they were okay with that with the 60-40 or 55-45 rule. That's about it. The corners look great. Okay, this one is a 10 as well. This one I bought off eBay. And once again, it was a little off-center, right to left. But once again, 45-55, as long as those corners are clean and the surface is clean, which usually the Pokemon they are, it's all about. These are hard to get a 10 because of these black, they're like right next to the edge, right? So it kind of, they use that as like kind of a marker, as like how close, how centered is this card. But anyways, must have been close enough. The Mankey, I pulled this. It's funny, I pulled this and I didn't think it was a big deal. And then it's crazy that, you know, that I've heard that this is one of the few, like this character is hard to find in general. It's not in a lot of sets. And it's the only, one of the few, or maybe the only illustration rare of him. But anyways, I actually liked the card. I thought it was cool. So I'm glad he got a 10. So shiny Magikarp, this is the Celebrations. Can't say much about this. I think I expected a 10. The only problem was that it was a little off-center top to bottom, you can see. That's kind of the only issue I had, but that's about it. So this one was a surprise because I'm like, what? How did this get a 9? I mean, that's your marker for centering, so I thought it was fine. This was really shocking. I was like, how did you get a 9? I don't understand. Maybe a tiny whitening on that corner. Maybe. I think the other cards are even worse than that. That's probably the only thing I can't really... This makes no sense to me. This one, I knew that it was not going to get a 10. And I forgot why. Oh, there it goes. See, this one they didn't catch. This one they caught. I don't know if I can get that for you guys, but I can see it through the... There's like a print line right there. And that was, I remember being really hesitant about this one. But I figured I'd take the chance and didn't pay off. But yeah, it was worse on the other card, so I'm not sure how this got a 9 and the other one got a 10. But it's still a sick card. Yeah, I expected a 10 on this one, to be honest with you. I don't. I guess the problem is the centering. The bottom is a little thick, top is a little thin. Maybe they didn't like that. That's about it. The corners are great. Yeah, it's got to be that. It's probably off-center top to bottom. When you look at that, this one's just as off-centered, which makes no sense. And then I got a 10 on this one. So I don't understand. Maybe he just felt bad to give me double 9s. Like, I really don't understand the problem. The one on the right has a little thick on the right compared to the left. This one's thick on the left, or more centered on the left and right. That's probably the only thing. You can tell by the star. See the star, that little star. The spacing of it. So this one is maybe more left and right center. I don't get it. To me, it's close enough. So half that one. Which kind of sucked because I bought both of those off eBay. This one I pulled. Yeah, I just like, okay, well, I'm not too happy about the card in general. I'm not excited, but I just like knew it when I looked at it. It's like, oh, it's got to be a 10. Although it's pretty thick on the right compared to the left. I'm surprised that they gave me a 10 on this one. So I don't understand like how this got a 9. Don't know. Yeah, this one I knew was not gonna get a 10. It was thick on the bottom compared to the top. You can see that. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest with you. So, but I can see it. You can see it really clear on the video, actually, how thick it is on the bottom. Yeah, this card was free anyways. This one, I'm a little shocked. This was from an ETB that I opened up for Prismatic. It looks center to me. Top, maybe a little thick, but I don't think so. You can always tell by doing it this way. Oh, actually, that looks pretty bad. Maybe this is what they do. It's not that bad, though. But, yeah, maybe that's what... It's so funny. The back looks like the opposite, right? This is supposed to be thin. That's thick. But this is thick and that's thin. Just weird. That and maybe the corner that... Maybe they nitpicked the corner right here. It's so small. Overall, I was surprised by this grade. But yeah, I guess you could have just done that and like, ooh, that's really thick. If you do this, right, that's pretty thick. Is that? Optical illusions, right? Anyways, I was really disappointed because I really like this card. I was hoping for a better grade. And then I just had this random one piece of Zoro. I like it because it kind of manga-ish, but although it's not a manga card, it just has some characters on the back, and I just like it. Anyway, so there you go. Not too bad with the results. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And this is probably over 10 cards that are PSA 10s. So anyways, so yeah, so I hope you guys found it helpful, especially with the comments I made. Actually, I do want to go back and mention one last thing, or re-mention something. I think I had some sports cards in the back. Yeah, do you remember this lad? Now that I think about it, I do remember this lad. Might have had some print lines up there. And I was a little surprised they got a 10. So anyways, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like, you know, take it with a grain of salt. It just depends if you can the print lines on the back, which is very common with Panini sports cards, is it may or may not get a 10. It just, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It just depends on how deep the print line is, how, you know, obvious, and if it maybe it's just a matter of just, you know, goes under the radar from the grader. So anyways, so that's what I would consider if you're thinking of submitting cards that are imperfect. So anyways, I, for the most part, didn't expect this. I expected more of a 50-50. Obviously, I got a lot more than I did. And then I think, like I said, I think the Topps Chrome was a surprise to me. This was super surprising. This was not a surprise. This is a 9. Wait a minute. It's a 9 down here. Did I get that wrong? Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Yeah, these three I really didn't expect, because I think there was print lines on the front on this one. I remember somewhere here. And this one had that print line in the back top, like I said. This one seemed way off-center to me. Not way, a little. And I got away with it. Like, even when you turn it sideways to top and bottom, you can see that. At least for me, the right side is thicker than the left. Same thing here. Right side is thicker than the left. So these were a surprise. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope this is helpful. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.